Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. Hi, Andrew, but I'm going to go right over the hi. What people don't know is that we kind of discuss the show before we talk, and sometimes we get sidetracked, and sometimes it gets a little heated.
And our world is on fire right now. So, unlike all of you, we are burning as well. So, let's get to it. First and foremost, subscribe, comment, like. Follow us on social media. We love you, Aunt and Andrew. We're going to be going back and forth these days with a little OC one day, little Jersey the next, until we get something else that comes and tickles us a little bit. It makes us excited.
I know. I want to say my biggest takeaway from this episode, because I thought it was a little off. Okay. And I kind of felt like I felt it was a little off in that they're priming us. This was what, episode 12 or 14 or so. We're getting close to the end. We're not that far. We've got maybe 3 more episodes.
I disagree.
No, I think we go into 16, right? Unless they go to 18, then we'd have 5.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are on.
Well, every single action.
We're on episode 10.
This is only 10? Okay, so we have 6 more to go then?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, all right. No, I feel like this is like you know what? This to me was like when you're about 65% into a movie. Yeah. And you got that one little spot where green tomatoes, what's it called? Rotten tomatoes, not green tomatoes. Rotten tomatoes will say this is a good time to take a bathroom break.
Yeah, like I think we're in a moment. I think that, and I think we've been this way.
We're
for a
in
couple
that
episodes.
Bathroom break.
No, we're in the middle of the season where like it's kind of boring, but there's little.
It is sort of boring. I hate to say it. There's droppings, but
there's droppings of what's to come, and that's what you need to focus on.
Yes,
so let's get to it.
I totally agree. Okay, first of all, my biggest takeaway from the entire episode is that I truly, truly hope that Danielle is not giving her child melatonin to sleep at night.
I think that was a joke.
Bothered me.
I did really too. I kind of skipped over it.
Yeah, I know that really bothered me because that's a trend right now. When you get kind of like hyper kids, like you were very hyper when you were young. Like nowadays, they give them a melatonin instead of other stuff. Give her a melatonin.
Oh yeah.
I just think like let the kid go out and play. Some kids have a lot of energy and they should just play. Like my daughter has a new puppy. And you can't play with that dog enough. The dog has endless energy. And sometimes kids just need to go play.
Okay, but let's not spend 20 minutes talking about the comment. That was probably a joke to get us to talk about it.
Okay.
Like she succeeded. All right. I like Melissa's mom. I like her. I'm sorry.
I saw no point. I wrote down specifically, what is the point of this dinner?
Well, I think that
she's a black widow and anybody she's married to dies.
We've talked about this. They film like 50 to 60 to 70 scenes that you'll never see each.
I know, and that was one of them.
Well, no, we saw it.
I know, but it would have been fine if it was cut. It added nothing to the storyline. Except she likes Cosmos and occasional margarita.
I thought she's fun. I thought, what do you like? No,
I think she looks fantastic too. She's 75 years old.
You and I would have a blast with her out to dinner.
Yeah, right. I think so.
She doesn't seem like what happened to her. She's lost 2 husbands. She's clearly been through it. Her first husband, Melissa's dad, was cheating on her. Didn't even come home. Was going out with people, and she's got this go with the flow. I wish she
she's on her second, third act.
But she seems like she'd get along well with Teresa without Melissa.
Yeah, probably. And they've known it. Well, she was always hitting on Papa.
You know what I was hoping?
No.
You know what I was hoping for? What? I really wish that back in the day, because remember, Joey G didn't meet. I'm going to start calling him Joey G. We got Johnny J on OC. We got Joey G on Jersey. I think that when Melissa, because we never heard about how Joey G met Melissa's dad. So he did it. So that means that maybe Donna was single when Joey G met Melissa. Well, why couldn't she have been a cougar and gone for Joey G so that Teresa
because obviously she couldn't
be sister-in-laws.
But obviously her name is Donna. Did they say her name's Donna? Obviously Donna couldn't handle the Tarzan.
I thought the one thing I did like, I appreciated Melissa's realness about parents getting old.
Yeah. Well, I know all
Now,
about
most
that. You
parents
don't
at
have to tell
75
me.
don't look like her mother. But
No,
again,
but
I don't
she's
know.
Jersey. She's Jersey. Um, I thought the whole Marge with Dolores was kind of anticlimactic
Well,
too.
let's skip that first. I like Dolores talking to Polly when Dolores said, Margaret talks a lot of shit. A
Mhm.
lot. And I think that, you know what? I think that she learned through that. She needs to just kind of like, I didn't learn anything new.
And the whole episode almost.
No, but when Dolores and Marge talked, I
Except
didn't
Danielle
find
gives her
anything new.
daughter melatonin.
And
That's what I
I think
found.
that this is something where Dolores at this point, like it must be challenging because like Dolores and Teresa, they're supposed to be old school, hard Italians.
Right.
Yet they've given so many people in this show a second chance, a third chance, a fifth chance.
And they
The
really should just cut them.
No, and I think without the cameras, they would. Like if it was someone that they were just
Totally
friends
agree.
with.
I totally
So,
agree.
so I just think that like it must be tough for Dolores, the same way it's tough for Teresa
Mm-hmm.
to be like this old school Italian filming a show like this. Because even Dolores, it's like, wait, you know that Margaret must have said it to Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when
But
there's smoke, there's fire.
but here's the thing. I know what you're going to get at. I believe, though, Dolores does not want to go up against Margaret. I think Dolores is afraid of Margaret a little bit. And she's not afraid of Jen Aiden because we're talking about a whole different skill set. Jen will yell and scream and break things, but she doesn't have the same manipulation that Margaret does. So Dolores in that scene did not go after Margaret at all, really. And she knows that she's talking crap about her, but she did go after Jennifer in the end of the episode, and Jennifer didn't even do anything. Jennifer was just pissed. Like,
and then
you
Jennifer
people.
explained herself, and Dolores was fine with it.
Right. But she would never go after Marge the way she went after Jennifer because she's afraid of Marge.
Yeah, like that they're thinking about how they're going to say it, what they're going to say. And I think that Jennifer said what Teresa, Danielle, and Dolores have always been thinking. The four of them, they want to fight.
Yeah.
The four of them, if they could work out their differences by just getting dirty and in a wrestling ring for 20 minutes and then move on after, they'd be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, they're not used to fighting like that.
No, but I think Marge would fight like that too.
Oh, she'd get her ass kicked.
Yeah, but she would fight like that.
I don't know if she's capable.
Olive Oil couldn't do it.
Melissa couldn't do it. Jackie couldn't do it. Olive Oil couldn't do it.
And Jen Fessler
couldn't do it.
No, Jen Fessler can't do it. She has to leave.
Margaret got her hair pulled by Danielle Staub and then took a water bottle. Oh, no, she dumped the water bottle and then got her hair pulled and then didn't do anything after she got her hair pulled.
I know.
If someone
she didn't do anything again until she threw Marty into the pool.
No, I think she threw him in the pool before.
No, it was after. Well, anyways, she did throw Marty in the pool, though. That was her act of aggression.
Maybe.
Yeah, she did. She did.
But she wouldn't have thrown Danielle in the pool.
Never. Would you? I'd be afraid of Danielle.
Maybe.
She's scary.
All I'm saying is there's a divide now on how they handle problems. And if we have to hear about Danielle's dad one more time.
I told you, I think it's fake. I do not believe.
I told you that last week.
No, I told you I think she's using the whole dad situation for like a storyline.
But I don't think it's real. I think it's fake. I think the dad, I think she's
you were the one that told me that, and now I believe you too. I think she's just looking for a storyline.
And I'm not saying that maybe Nate
and
does
you know
talk
what
to the dad.
No, and the
he
dad
might be in on it.
Oh, I think so, because the dad kind of he's probably had a little work done. He wasn't ready for the camera, or he's in the middle of Ozempic and he's getting Ozempic face, or there's something going on with the dad that he's like, oh yeah, build me up, because the father's in some type of media too, they said.
I can only imagine that they literally thought, even if the dad may know, the dad also may be out to lunch. Imagine this. Just picture it.
No, the dad seemed like Danielle.
He is daddy, all upset, not understanding how TV works, trying to balance.
Yeah, but they said he did. That's why she missed him.
And then Danielle comes down hard on him. And then all of a sudden, behind the scenes, where they're not talking at all, they're about to bring the cameras up. And Nate says to Danielle, listen, let's slowly bring your dad into the fold. Like,
I don't think Nate's capable of that.
By the end of the season, he seems like he's a big player in this one. And I think he does a good job pretending he's not involved when he knows a lot.
He's at every scene.
And I think that the dad has no idea. I think the dad is is a pawn in their game. I think the dad will be happy at the end. But again, I hope that even if it's just minor, I hope that even if, like, again, I have a feeling that the dad may say, oh, I'm not going to be able to go to the bougie kids thing because, or maybe he said 3 or 4 days in advance, I don't feel well, I'm sick, I'm not going to be able to go. Then maybe the other one, I'm not going to be able to go to the shoot because my girlfriend's having surgery. But instead of saying the reality, I asked simple. I asked my dad if he could go. He couldn't because, instead it's like, do you think he's coming? Do you think he's coming? And they think that this is getting people all excited for this big reveal. Well, I hate to tell it, everyone. It's no secret. He's going to show up one episode in 2 or 3. We're all going to be like, oh, that's nice. And it's going to be fake. And you're all
totally agree. Now let's get right to I want to call it the envy, which will never be greater than Posh fashion show.
No, I want to call it the Envy Designer Showcase because it's not a fashion show.
It was.
Melissa didn't
Posh
design
wasn't
shit.
Either. Posh Melissa was just showing their clothes.
Exactly. None of them are fashion shows. They are not designing any clothes.
I wrote this.
She shouldn't call it the Envy Fashion Show. It should be called the Envy Designer Showcase. And then I go, she isn't wearing Envy. She's wearing trash bought at a trash receptacle center because we don't know the designers. It's not like she's buying a Chanel bag that Envy bought and is selling, I don't know, for a small markup or whatever. You can't do that. That's the whole point of this shit. So you didn't design anything, Melissa. And
nothing.
Wearing Envy? What? No one's wearing Envy.
Yeah. Nobody was. It was like, you know what? And not only is Posh fashion show better than Envy fashion show, I want to go on the record as She by Sheree is for always and ever the greatest fashion line in Bravo history. Just want you to know, there's nothing like She by Sheree. I mean, She by Sheree took 12 years to come out. And the same type of thing. She had a fashion show with no clothes back in the day in Atlanta. I didn't like, and Marge was being so mean. Oh, I'm wearing Envy. I'm wearing Envy. Oh, Jackie, shouldn't send you any Envy. Oh, that's too bad. That was mean girl. I
wrote that. I said nasty. And you know what?
Girl. Yeah, it was just
Jackie
mean.
If Jackie can find a way to realize that her meal ticket to fame, she needs to take a page out of the Jennifer Aiden blueprint playbook. Be Teresa's friend.
Even if they're talking about you behind the scenes. Yeah.
Do your own funny things. Bring your kids on. Jackie, you got twin boys. They fart and stuff. They're funny. Like, do stupid shit.
Right.
Maybe show off your husband. He's so sexy. Show him off. And then just stay friends with Teresa. Because let me tell you something. Teresa doesn't need much in this show. Or in life when it comes to TV.
Right.
But what she does need is another lawyer who knows how to write and speaks with proper grammar. Therefore, Jackie,
be her friend. Yeah,
be her smart friend. Be her smart friend that attacks people.
I agree.
Guide her. Give her good advice. Be there as her Merriam-Webster. Okay, Jackie? Because she needs that.
And not just Google search.
She doesn't need another drama starter. She doesn't need another kind of ditzy person like Jennifer. She needs the smart one. Be the loyal, smart friend. You're clearly smarter than all of them. So be that person, Jackie, and stop looking desperate for fame because that's all they got on you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, I thought it was interesting when Teresa did her live Namaste podcast, which is non-existent now, but that's another subject, that she read that family is sacred, and she knew that from a young age. And all I could think of, but her father didn't talk to his sister, who was Rosie and Kathy's sister. I mean, Rosie and Kathy's mom.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm laughing to myself going, Teresa's writing at a young age. I realized how sacred family was, and you could never take it for granted. Yeah, but her father didn't talk to his sister for years and years and years either, which was Rosie and Kathy's mom. And we have, one day we don't talk no more. And I haven't talked to him for 25 years. I mean, so who's she kidding? All of these, none of the Gorga family talks to each other.
I have always felt this way about Teresa. Like, I think that Teresa needs to say, like, there is this misconception or people get it wrong when it comes to loyalty and when it comes to being like Italian and being old school.
Okay.
Yes, you're willing. This is what Teresa should say. You are there for people. You're loyal until the end. But there's this missing piece that we keep forget to say. What happens when someone's disloyal to you? It's okay to then be disloyal back to them and to set a boundary. And that's the part that I think she's missing is that because Teresa does come off very much like she talks out of both sides of her mouth when she does things like this.
Well, that was an example of it. Right.
And I think that another example of it is like, I like how Jennifer, I just like how Jennifer challenges Teresa in a healthy way. I think that Teresa is listening. And it's odd to me because we normally don't see Teresa listen to people that go up against her. And I think that Jennifer is showing Teresa that no, there comes a time when you also have to just be real with someone. And I think that Jennifer is being honest when she says to Teresa, she didn't have a good delivery, but I do see where Jennifer is coming from, where she thinks that, and in the preview, you see it more directly. I think it is time where Jennifer says, listen, Tree, I have shown you my loyalty to you. You got to show it back to me.
Yeah, totally. That's Andrew likes to make this analogy that he considers friendships like a bank. You've said that to me before.
Yeah.
And you have
and
no problem. Yes, you have no problems making deposits into the bank. But when it comes time and you need someone, you expect a return on your investment a little bit in this person. I hope you all understood that analogy. But in other words, you give to a friend and you're there for them when they need you. But then when you need them, if they're not there, then they're worthless. They're
I deposit
worthless.
large bills. I'm not expecting you to deposit large bills. But that's because I don't need to withdraw large bills. But trust me, I want to withdraw $1. I don't want to withdraw a penny.
Right. No, if you deposit 100, you want at least $20 back.
Thank you. That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what Andrew's trying to say.
And I think Teresa's going to agree with her.
I'm going to say, Andrew is someone who, if you give him 100, if he gives you 100 and you give him 100 back, he goes and gives you 200.
Oh yeah. But that's the way,
No. But you are, you give me 100, I give you 100 back. You give me 200 back.
Yeah,
you know
even
what
if it's comps at the casino.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you really put a lot into a friendship, and then when you need them, they're there for you. You give them even more the next time. And this is how it goes back to Jennifer. She feels like, I've given you a lot, Tree,
and she doesn't ask for much back.
And I don't ask for any back, but give me $20 back on the 100. And you give me back 20, you're going to give back 200 for me. Okay.
Yeah, or also,
and that's where I think Jennifer's sort of had enough.
Well, Teresa and Jennifer, maybe whenever the other ones needed each other, to go up, to bat for them.
Yeah.
In this group of friends, maybe every time that person does go to bat for them, they're depositing $20. Well, here's the deal. Let's just say that they deposit the same amount. Teresa, you've needed Jennifer to go to bat for you 100 times. Jennifer's needed you about 5.
Yeah.
So it's it's kind of one of those friendships where it's Jennifer never complains that she is constantly depositing for Teresa.
Right.
I can see where she comes from, where she's like, I shouldn't have to ask you to deposit for me.
Yes. No, Jen just wants $20 back on her 100.
And I don't think I don't think someone has deposited into Teresa what Jennifer has deposited. So I think
not on this show.
Not on this show. Right. And so I think Teresa's just operating out of what do they say? Necessity, or not necessity.
No, Teresa's working out of,
she doesn't think that people on this show support her, but she's forgotten that Jennifer has. And I think she's used to someone like Dolores who still won't pick a side. I think that what she's forgetting is but
Jennifer's you know what, she
always picked your side.
Yes, and she will always back Dolores, though.
She will, but I think Teresa,
she will. Yeah.
I think Jennifer, because here's the deal. Teresa doesn't give people a choice but to defend her without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and it should be interesting when they have their tete-a-tete next week.
Jennifer has not needed Teresa to defend her, and now
no, she does a pretty good job on her own.
Yes,
she does. But
she does.
What Danielle did wasn't good look for Danielle. Danielle, walk out of the room. You don't need to sit there and say, "Oh, by the way, you look terrible." I mean,
how about the
that's
fact
just nasty.
How about the fact that
no
Jennifer
class.
dropped the bomb that the guy that was Melissa was kissing in the car was one
I
of the
know. I know. That was interesting.
I
too.
also want to know, just so whoever said it, I forget who said it, but I'll tell you, it's not a glimpse of hope. It's a glimmer of hope, just so we know. Okay.
Well, they're bad in this show. It's
also,
like Ramona overload. And we got to see Dorinda Medley.
Oh, Dorinda Medley. She's very well behaved.
Dorinda.
I love how Marge says to Melissa, "This was your best one." Best what? Ordering season? Like, I mean,
no, she had shows before I know,
COVID.
But
what Marge should have said, yeah, I get that, but this was your best one. Best what? You're showing off clothes that other people designed. So what Marge should have said was, Melissa, you did a really good job ordering other people's clothes this season.
Well, she's a buyer, Melissa. This is what she is.
But
she's a buyer.
She
has a show. She has a show. Well, she has a show. I kind of know how these things work. She has a shop. And they have buying big shows, and you go and you see the merchandise. You say, I want this, I want that. You go to a showroom of different designers, or boutique-y. She's not selling Chanel. She's selling things that like go in boutique stores. There's a different lines.
Let me tell you this. If this was Sutton Strack's store, Sutton Strack would say,
it's Chanel.
No, she would what she would do is she would run her store through a catwalk, and she would show maybe 5 pieces from a designer, put their logo up. And then when those 5 pieces are done, a different logo would go up on the backdrop, and those 6 models would come out. And she would give credit to the designers as the people are walking out, and not just say, oh, they're wearing Sutton concept. That she'd say, we're available at Sutton.
Yeah.
Like such and such.
Remember Kyle?
At Sutton.
Remember Kyle had her store too?
Kyle Eileen too, or Aileen.
Yeah. K by Kyle or something. Kyle by K or something like that.
Kyle by Eileen too, or whatever.
Yeah. And it was just, similar type of thing. A lot of these people who have a line, this is so random, but like there are people who have a line that they're just like random. Oh, like the woman who's had Jacqueline Smith. There we go. Jacqueline Smith, who was one of the original Charlie's Angels and stuff. She's had a line at Kmart for years. But she's never designed a thing. They just put her name on it and shakes a few pictures and she gets the money. I mean, nobody's really not designing any of this stuff unless you're Michael Kors. But even Michael Kors has a group of people who design. And he just has looks at the pictures and goes, yes, no, yes, no. He didn't really sit down and design anymore either. It's like if you go to a celebrity chef, and he's not cooking. He's got sous chefs who does it, and he just checks the plate before it goes out.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's going to be able to come up with a shoe line like Adrienne Maloof and the Maloof Hoof.
Maloof Hoof, I know. So I just want to say, I think Danielle's a mess. She's all over the place, and she can't pick a lane. Her husband's devoted to her.
He's a good husband. You can tell.
He's a good husband, and she's a lot. Oh, no. I know who the mess is. The mess is Frank, because Frank lost his dog, and he was upset.
Poor
but
Lolly.
I wrote down, why didn't he say Gabby said the dog only has a few days to live? His daughter's a veterinarian. Why did he say the vet said?
Sometimes though, sometimes I know,
well, you don't have family take care of.
No, you wouldn't want to. Maybe she couldn't. Maybe she loved the dog.
Oh, she loved the dog and she didn't want to put him down. Or
I loved how Frankie said, the bachelor party's at church. I thought that was great. I'd never heard that before.
Oh, well, that means what?
They all have sin. He believes him and his friends all have sins, and that they'd be spending their best amount of time going to mass.
Oh, maybe. That's pretty good. I don't know. I think Danielle needs to, her kids are precocious and they're adorable. And she's got a loving, devoted husband. And she has a lot of great qualities in her, Danielle. She's a go-getter. She's smart. She's aggressive. She's not afraid to do anything. but she needs to take it all back. Just step back just a little. It would serve her. It would serve her. Maybe it's a little bit too much of the island.
And I have to tell you that now the things I've noticed when I look at Fuda,
I can't look at him.
Reflecting on last week.
Yeah.
The Fudas have found a way to be relevant. Now, Rachel needs to go to a therapist, a psychiatrist, and she needs to realize you cannot think reasonable. Because now I'm remembering what happened. Rachel Fuda, because she wasn't the center of attention last year and no one talked about her at all, she doesn't know how it feels to be the one that the producers are telling the other cast members to go and talk about. So she doesn't get it. She's not seasoned enough to know that, like, Jen Fessler is being told by producers to come up and say this. Gia Giudice is being told by producers to mention to Jen Fessler, was Fuda talking about me? And Fuda is thinking, why are these people thinking about me so much? And she hasn't, like, the click,
she
the switch
doesn't
hasn't
know
gone off yet.
Yeah.
The switch hasn't gone off to be like, oh, wait, Rachel, remember how the producers have told you to bring things up about Teresa, about Margaret,
well, I would say
about Danielle.
I would say Rachel falls in the category of a sponge, where she's absorbing all of this, but it's getting full and
she bit off more than she could chew.
And full. And the sponge is getting heavier and heavier. And she just kind of needs to squeeze it all out.
And start again.
Yeah, she's taking on too much and she doesn't know how. And I do not believe she knows how to process.
She doesn't know how to be in reality TV. She doesn't know how to play in the sandbox, nothing. So
no, she doesn't.
Anywho.
All right. All right,
guys. Well,
we will be back this week with OC.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.